let's talk some hockey. We had Darren Dreger of TSN last hour. We're going to Long Island now. Joe Lozito, which we'll bring around to a CFL talk in a moment. It's an honor, Joe, to bring you on the Rod Pedersen Show, by the way. We've had a long-time friendship and association, and your Islanders are up 1-0 over the Tampa Bay Lightning, by the way. So I got to thank life's aces in your world on Long Island.
Roddy, the honor's all mine. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. And things are going pretty good right now. I'm happy to be here the day after a win.
You're happy to be alive, too, by the way. In 60 seconds or less, do you want to tell our viewers your story? This will make everybody perk up and listen. Can you do that in 60 seconds or less, do you think, before we talk hockey?
I'll do my best. Back in 2011 in February, I was taking the subway to work, and there was a spree killer on the loose, and he had killed 4 people already. He decided he wanted to kill me, make me victim number 5, and I had 2 options, fight or flight. I chose to fight, and I'm very fortunate to be here. I was stabbed 7 times, and But I fought my way, and he was apprehended, and I'm happy to be here. I'm just happy to wake up every day. It's another day that I view as a gift.
And we're so pleased to have you, Joe. But I would tell anybody, just Google Joseph Lozito, because you left out, for time purposes, a big part of the story, which will let people, we'll let them Google it and all the New York papers on that. So you've been on this Islanders bandwagon even when they were bad. But now they're one of the best teams in the National Hockey League, Joe. Does it bother you that people didn't perk up to that till now?
No, to be honest, fortunately, one of the good things about being an old man is that I've seen it all. I was alive for the 4 cups, and I was alive for the dark time, the Millbury time. So no, I don't mind that people don't notice. This is a team that doesn't get respect, and that's fine with me. They're starting to perk up now, though. A lot of the celebrities are coming out of the woodwork, and a lot of people on Twitter are coming out of the woodwork. But that's okay. I mean, I don't mind that my team is the underdog. I hope the teams they're playing take them lightly, but it doesn't bother me. They just keep going. And to be honest with you, this fan base deserves it because we've been through a lot.
Listen, you were writing me from the clinching game against Boston, right? And I'm like, Joe, Put your phone down and enjoy, right? Like, this is the last year in the old place. What was it? What is it like in there right now? Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
It's unbelievable. And like I said, I'm old enough to have been to plenty of games there. I've been to plenty of games on a Thursday night back in the day against the Minnesota North Stars or Winnipeg, where there's 7,000 people there. Now it's electric. I mean, it is just bedlam. And, because the arena is small, you're right. Everybody's right on top. You're right on top of the action. So it has to feel like Thunderdome for the visiting teams, to be honest with you. It is just, 13,000 nut jobs. And we just love the team. And it's just phenomenal. It's goosebumps from the beginning to the end.
What was your read on the Game 1 victory yesterday? I know John Cooper. My brother went to Notre Dame with him, same class. Great guy. But he just seems stunned that they could make some mistakes and they would end up in their net so fast. Like, they've played some good teams in these playoffs, but the Islanders seem to be the most, opportunistic team that they've played yet.
Well, I'd be surprised if Cooper took them lightly. I mean, they played last year in the semifinals, so he knows what this team is capable of. So if he did take them lightly or however you want to phrase it, then that's on him. I would think he'd be smart enough to know now that this is a team that doesn't quit. They don't give up. No lead is safe with this team. And the big thing about this team is you cannot take away one line and just have, shut them down. It's not like Edmonton where you shut down Draisaitl and McDavid and you have a good chance of winning the game. This is a team that rolls 4 lines, and you can shut down the number 1 line and they still have 3 lines that can put the puck in the net. And forget about the defensemen, the most underrated defense core in the league. Their top defense pairing of Ryan Pulock, Adam Pelech, 2 names that people may not know, but they're amongst the best defensemen in the league. And they're basically anonymous playing on Long Island. So, they're an underrated team. But if Cooper, underrated them, then that's on him.
Well, what his quote was that he's like, this is the same team as last year. What the hell? Right? It's kind of what he was saying. How they could lose at home was John's thing. I don't think he took them lightly, but his skaters might have taken them lightly. Mm-hmm. Hey, any more on that before I talk about your podcast and then CFL?
No, I mean, as far as Islander fans now, one of the things that people need to remember is we went through a lot of years with shoddy leadership here. And thank God, the new owners, they brought in Lou Lamoriello, they brought in Barry Trotz. We have Eric Cairns in charge of scouting. The adults are in charge now. So I think the other teams better take notice because they have grown-ups running the show now. So for anyone to take them lightly at this point is just silly.
Tell me about the Coliseum Chronicles podcast that you've been hosting for some time.
Yeah, I was thinking about it today. I've actually been doing it now about a year and a half, and it's just something that's always been a passion of mine. I've always been a fan of the Enforcers, and back in 2005, I had a website where I did written interviews with them, and now everybody has a show, so I figured why not? I enjoy talking, and I like to talk to the guys, and I've built up many relationships over the years, so I figured give it a try, and fortunately for me, the players have been very receptive, and I just have a blast doing it. And to be honest with you, Rod, I've been out of work. I've been furloughed for 13 months now, and it's kept me sane. It's been a nice distraction. I do a lot of research, and it's fun research. And then when I get to chat with the boys, it's just a blast. And to be honest, it's a role that I think is the most noble role in sports. It's similar to the offensive lineman in football. It's the kind of role that if you do it well, your teammates get the credit, and if you do it poorly, they're looking to ship you out. And these are good guys that do the role and deserve the credit.
The Enforcers, absolutely. And just to explain to our viewers your love for the CFL and how that came up.
Yeah, it's a great story, I think. After the Patriots played the Falcons in the Super Bowl, I just went on Twitter and I said, I'm not done with football. I think I need a CFL team to root for. So I decided to put up a poll. Now, I had no idea just how crazy Rider Nation is. And Saskatchewan was one of the teams I put on there. And there's really two people that I owe a lot to for this is Steve Safanuk, who you've had on the show from the Piffles podcast, and Derek Dennis, who's from New York. He's from the same borough. I'm originally from Queens. Well, Derek retweeted it and said that I was from Queens, and he's got a big following up there. And then really it was a lot of CFL fans, but I always want to say that Steve was sort of the epicenter of it. And the first day, Saskatchewan was third out of 4 teams. And then as soon as the fans got a hold of it, by the time it was done, it was over 2,000 votes, and the Riders had more votes than the other 3 teams combined. And I started watching the games, and they're so much fun to watch. And hopefully the vote goes well today, and I could watch some more CFL later in the year.
That's funny. Tacona Powley watching in Winnipeg says, "Say it ain't so, Joe. Bombers, baby." Hey, whatever.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Rod. Who gives me a lot of crap all the time is Aaron Asham, former Red Deer Rebel. He's a Winnipeg Bombers fan, so we go back and forth all the time when the games are on.
Not a guy you want to tick off, although you're pretty tough yourself. So. Hey.
Not as tough as him.
Thanks for the visit, my man. Good luck. We'll get your Islanders against my Knights in the Stanley Cup final. We'll see where it goes from there, my man. But thanks for the friendship. Thanks for everything, and keep her rolling.
Thanks, Roddy, and thanks, Moose and Clark and everybody there. You guys really make my days.
You betcha, buddy. Thank you. Joe Lozito. And the biggest, now he's going to go, oh, I should have mentioned Frenzy. Next time, Joe. Yeah, of course. Next time.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.